Hi guys, how are you doing? Karibuni sana. Welcome back to journalist Eric Bosire on YouTube. If you are new here, kindly consider subscribing because we are still promising you that we shall be giving you very good content, what's happening in the country, and good vibes. Hapa kuna haraka pole pole tu because I love podcasting. I love telling people what is happening around the country. You can as well follow me on my TikTok account, Daktari Eric Bosire Daktari, on Facebook, Journalist Eric Bosire, on Instagram, Journalist underscore Bosire, on X as well, and all other social media platforms. So guys, basically, we normally analyze and talk about what has been happening around the country on a specific matter. You know, in Kenya, there's a lot that happens, by the way. So we're just giving our own opinion. You can give your own opinion on a comment section. And you can as well share this podcast to a friend to watch and yeah, enjoy. So I was watching a video on YouTube this evening. Nowadays there's this very talented and well recommended lawyer in Kenya, Danstan Omari. He's one person who does his work. He does the assignment of being a lawyer. And most of the time, he has really fought for the space to be a recognized lawyer in Kenya. And he does very well, by the way. I normally watch what he does on the corridors of justice, on court representing clients and on different matters. Yeah, some he has won several cases, some he has not, but that's the work of a lawyer, just to represent and defend a client. But now, one interesting case that I've been watching, nowadays, I think he's the one who started an online channel that is all over social media platforms, the Court Helicopter, where he gives explanations on how law works. If you want to become a lawyer, what exactly do you want to do, and the requirements, how cases are handled in court. And so tonight I was just watching on my TV set, and then I came across two videos. Number one, that of the retired general, Roga's host, Uncle Fred Obachi-Machoka, who is a media personality and of course a former policeman. And recently there were remarks on social media and allegations that Robert Alai, who is an MCA from Kileleshwa in Nairobi, had alleged that Uncle Fred Obachi-Machoka suffers from HIV and AIDS and is using ARVs to survive and the rest and nini. So Uncle Fred Obachi-Machoka decided that no, this is not true and I have to take this to court. Now, Danstan Omari was representing the client, who is the media personality, and that is Uncle Fred Obachi-Machoka. And then, of course, Robert Alai and his lawyers were also present in court. Now, both of them, of course, as the law is, you have to give each side time and hear their case. And Obachi-Machoka represented his case. He swore in, I don't know what they call it, the affidavit. And then he gave his testimony that he's not suffering from he's not suffering from HIV/AIDS. And then he said that Robert Alai had tweeted or just posted on Facebook, which was not true. Then the lawyer was asking, how does that one affect you? And then Fred Obachi-Machoka comes out and says, I'm a businessman. I own Fred's Ranch, of course, the popular Fred's Ranch that is in where is it? It's located in Masaini. He's also an international MC. He's a corporate person. He does advertisements. He's a media person. So if Robert Alai says that he's suffering from HIV and is under ARVs, that means he's destroying his brand. Maybe his business may go down. He also said he's a business person. So that means if people know with the perception that has been claimed allegedly by Robert Alai, that is going to affect him. Yeah, so that was according to the question that came from the lawyer Danson Omari. How does that one affect you? And then came to time of defense now. Robert Alai was now being persecuted in court and was answering questions from the same lawyer after, of course, his lawyers defended him. Yeah, so Robert Alai akasimama and then he's giving his case. Do you know Robert Alai says he has not been owning any social media account from October. I think October or something of the sort. But the point is he denied and said he doesn't own any social media account. And then the lawyer Dan Snomari was taking him back to cases that he have been in court. Of course, some of them are ongoing from the government and other different complainants about Robert Alai. And then he says, no, that's not me. That's not me. So when Obachi was being asked, how do you tell that this is Robert Alai and it's not a fake account? He said, of course, we know from history, you can see the number of followers, verification, and any other thing that you can see that is linked to Robert Alai. Now, what was so interesting, what made me do this video is when Alai says that he doesn't know Uncle Fred Obachi-Machoka. He just met him in court. So it's the first time he's meeting Obachi, and that is the first time he's knowing him. He has not known Fred Obachi-Machoka before. That is Robert Alai, MCA for Kileleshwa, claiming that before the corridors of justice. He said that. And the lawyer was asking Alai, do you know where Royal Media Services is located? He said, do you know the ward that you're representing? He said, yes. So you don't know Fred Obachi-Machoka? He said, no, I don't know. I've never heard of him. I've never seen him. I'm just seeing him for the first time. I was like, okay. Of course, he's entitled to saying what he feels or what he thinks is true before the court. But I was in my mind like, okay, who doesn't know Fred Obachi-Machoka? The lawyer was asking, even from the famous Roger Roger show that he does on Radio Citizen and Citizen TV, he said, I've never heard of that. I don't know that guy you're talking about, man. Hey, that was so interesting. Kileleshwa MCA Robert Alai claimed and said confidently before the court, before the judge, and before the lawyers that he doesn't know and recognize the blackest man in Black Africa, the retired G4 General Uncle Fred Obachi-Machoka. What do you think? What could be your opinion? There in the comment section. Oh, that was my opinion, though. Maybe doesn't know him. Maybe not. You can go and watch that video. And also remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. My name is Eric Bosire Daktari. And let's meet in the next video. Bye-bye.